It's the love of all these animals and the opportunity to interact with them and the blessing to have them in our lives and the total privilege it is to be able to share that with other people. Understand that they're just as loving and as fun and as characterful as animals that are normally considered pets. I started Tribe about 3 years ago because it's something I've always wanted to do. We sold up in Edinburgh and came here with the vowed intent to start a sanctuary. So from the get-go, that's what we wanted to do. And we just started saying yes to all the animals that needed a home. Our first animals were 2 old Highland cows that were on the property when we moved here. The person that was selling them was going to send them to slaughter, but we said we'd keep them. So they stayed here and they lived another 2 years here. Farm animals don't really have a second-hand market as such. There's not wealthy charities that have rehoming centres and websites and so on. If someone has a spare farm animal, they just phone the abattoir and that's the end of the problem, and they might even get some money for it. So it's actually quite difficult to get these animals out of the system because people don't want to give them up unless they have to, because they're worth money. So we want to let these animals be ambassadors for their species. So we like to have people here on a Sunday. We have a kind of meet and greet afternoon. And we let people just meet them, feed them, just watch them and spend some time with them. And hopefully see them for what they are, which is animals that want to live, that are funny and characterful and just as adorable as any cat or dog. Let people make the connection that there's no difference between the pig that you slaughter and then eat and the dog that sits on your couch in the evening. Looking after them as pets is kind of a novel concept. If somebody surrendered some orphaned lambs and then knew that they were going to a good home and they weren't going to get slaughtered, that might appeal to somebody and then they might think of their own livestock. But who knows? It's ingrained in people to think of animals as commodities. So I don't think anyone whose lifestyle is based on using animals as a commodity is just going to change their mind after meeting a couple of nutters with the sanctuary, unfortunately. The one area we could grow in is publicity for the animals that we've got, to try and work on the hearts and minds aspect of the work that we do. But ideally, in the future, we wouldn't need sanctuaries like this. All animals would be treated with the love and compassion and respect that they deserve. It wouldn't cross our minds to mistreat them or have to make the connection. It would just be the way it should be. All animals are treated equally without there being a distinction between pet and commodity.